Are we live? Yes. Good afternoon. Today I have wonderful lady, Linda Gicamanci. I don't have to introduce her, but it's polite to introduce her.
Hey, when you were young, when people came over, did your parents make sure they had something to drink? Or
Oh, yes.
we did too. We always offered something to drink, something to eat.
And when the guys were putting the windows, I was giving them food.
Yeah.
Because they were working so many hours. And eventually they wrote, even on my comment section, one of them said that they never were so welcome, that they never had that hospitality. They were not expecting that I would be cooking for them, but I thought, they are working outside.
Oh, yeah. I do that too. Here, when the guys were putting up my fences and stuff, I always bring them a bunch of drinks and snacks. I don't cook.
I cook because they were young, 30 something, and I felt motherly, so I was.
Oh, they probably love the cooking too.
They did, because when they are hungry and working in the cold climate.
Right.
I was giving them very strong coffee, and it was not strong enough, so I was kind of. What?
They said it wasn't strong enough?
The second day, they asked if I can put more coffee.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So but then I'm drinking extremely weak coffee.
Oh, yeah. You said you put a lot more milk than coffee.
Look at that. There is what? And I'm just putting a little bit. So many stories, horrific stories of.
Oh, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, and I think you've said it too. This is the beginning of the end for Putin.
I did. And that will be, look at that. Ending of Putin's era.
Yeah. Going.
For entertainment only.
Purposes only. Hey, listen, can you put this on pause when my son's food comes? I'll let you know.
What do you mean?
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
I'll say, oh, my son's food's here. Put me on pause. It'll take me 1 second to hand it to him.
Oh, okay. So she will show me how.
As you know, as a good mother, I was slaving on the phone ordering his food. Well, I'm cooking nothing.
I don't like to cook. I'm not, but I'm good cook. But I don't like to spend hours in doing something that tomorrow they forget about.
Yeah, and the other thing is I hate cleaning up after it.
That's.
Someone would clean up after it all the time, I'd be happy.
My husband does that.
Cleans?
He does the dishes. But
Girl,
he did the dinner, so
hey,
when I'm at work, he's doing.
No man's been shot doing the dishes. No man ever has been shot doing the dishes.
Why women have the shorter feet? They can stay closer to the sink.
There you go.
Okay. So I will ask you a question and then you ask me, or how you want to ask first question?
You ask me first.
Do you think that national defense in USA is ready for cyber attacks on atomic electric powers?
Absolutely.
In Canada and USA?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I saw them really making it. Now the banks might not be as ready, but that part, absolutely.
Yeah, and I was asking people to be prepared for the worst.
Yes, I told everybody, fill your tanks, get cash out.
To have a water and buy the dry food that you can cook. We might be not on internet, so better to have few recipes handy, even old books, so you can do it on your own, because I want to do that pineapple cake that you were talking about.
Pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah, upside down. since my youngest son was 10, he started baking and I never was baking.
Whoa, your son was baking. Excellent.
Tracy is lucky, he likes to cook.
Girl, if I ever hook up again, I'm not getting somebody that don't like to cook.
But you like to cook, so what?
Well, you know, I was raised and my mother cooked for a family of 5 and she was real good. She wasn't good initially. Dad said she couldn't even boil water. And then, boy, my grandma was excellent. And I work like grandma because I just throw it together. I don't measure it as
I
much.
don't remember,
So I make this food and I remember all the menses in my life were being very impressed. Uh-oh.
Okay, ask me a question. Do you want me to? Sweetheart, your dog. So pause?
Log back in, something's wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just pause.
There you go.
We will be
Because
talking.
they
so
would have
much.
done a whole show with no recording done. There's a little button that shows up on the left-hand side that says recording. Boy, did I learn, I did a whole video with Sterling one time. Somehow or the other, I forgot to hit record.
I'm lucky I have my angel here. So tell you. Tracy came and a little bit later I was panicking. Okay, so now it's your time to turn to ask question.
Okay, so, but did we answer the first question?
You answer.
I did.
Oh, you said that you don't see that they will be able to attack the nuclear power.
No, they won't, but they may get our banks. They may tie up our banks or something.
And I want people to be prepared. Like, you know, it's better to be prepared. Maybe that was the reason I was worried that Ukrainian people were not ready.
It's very sad.
Because 3 months before martial law, I was aware that something like this might happen, or we
Yeah.
that the Russians will come. So I have a battle of bottles of water.
Now, before martial law, where's martial law at right now?
In Poland, martial.
Oh, in Poland, okay.
When I was in Poland, we had.
Oh, okay. Because I think that the Russians are fearing
They
martial
feel
law.
that they might have to do it if more people will start standing up and.
Oh, you should see the crowds out there now.
And-
So I wanted to ask you, and sorry if you've already answered this. What's the outcome for Zelensky?
I saw an angel of protection. Angel can have a meaning that he will, you know, go to the angels as well,
Okay.
or he will be fighting. And he is a fighter. I can tell you, Putin make a worse mistake
Messing with him.
messing with him and all those Ukrainian guys. You were married to Polish guy. You know, when
Right.
they are not with wives, they will drink and they will fight. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yesterday you
And you
saw-
know, they said World War II was won because it was the Ukrainians fighting on Russia's side.
They were on Russian side, yes.
Yeah.
And Poland was part of that. When it's Lvov, that was Poland, and that was moved to Poland and to my city. It was German city, Wrocław, Breslau before the war. And all the Germans were moved to Germany. And the Polish who were from Ukraine now, but that was Poland. They were moved here. My husband's mother was from Belarus.
Oh, okay.
And my husband went with his parents just a few days before he met me second time. And they went to Belarus. And he said, the girls are beautiful. They wanted to him to marry them. He said, I can be your żeńszczyna. But he said so many older people are still speaking Polish.
Oh, I didn't know that.
because
And
they
is that why Poland has such a great heart for the people of,
they
Ukraine?
understand that migration and that vulnerability. So Belarus was Polish, Lithuania was Polish before.
okay,
There is a Polish biggest poem writer, Adam Mickiewicz, and he said, Litwo ojczyzno moja, Lithuania, my country.
so, my,
Always
my-
moving borders. That's not the first migration.
okay.
It is
My
some-
first, husband, my daughter's father, his father was Russian,
Oh, okay.
what they call Black Russian. I don't know what that means, but
There was
wasn't that he was
white-
Black.
I don't know. I know that there
And
was
then
white
his-
Russian, white
His
Russian.
mother was Polish.
Ah,
Bork was her last name.
Bork,
Bork, B-O-R-K,
Bork,
Bork.
Bark. I
And
wonder.
she looked real Polish. She looked Polish. But yeah, so, but the father was Russian.
Okay.
Okay, so you answered it. Now you asked me a question.
What did you ask me?
I asked you about Zelensky.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And may I make a comment too? My guides have not told me if Zelensky's gonna live or die. I've asked them. It's almost like they don't want to tell me.
And I will never, even in private readings, if someone will ask me where my mother-in-law will die, I will never answer that question.
Right, so I'm not,
Not a god. I'm not going to go because it's too dark for me.
right,
I saw an angel of swords, and that means that he will be fighting. It will be better if he will go to the West because he can make more.
he can fight from there.
I was upset with Navalny when he went back. I said, it's like damaging himself. He could do far more from outside
Right, right.
than he is capable of doing from prison.
But I saw a vision of him standing in the sunlight, waving at everybody. So I saw him getting out of prison.
But he got another,
Yeah, 15 years, but that's because Putin's in business.
yeah.
And as long as Putin's in business, and can you imagine that? Did you see the crowds today in Germany? Even though they said you'll go to jail, thousands and
That was,
thousands of people.
in Germany, they can protest. You talk about all this.
No, the people in Russia. Oh, I'm
Russia.
sorry, did I say Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
60
Russia, hundreds of, and they're taking in thousands of protesters.
64 cities.
Oh my gosh.
But Russians have propaganda, and so many people believes in that they can't even imagine. It's like over here, some Trumpers will believe in Trump whenever he will say.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it is that some people will be so pro-Putin that that's not even funny.
Right.
The younger generation, they have problem with Facebook. They are used to it, so they taking that from them, the freedom of communication. And you have to remember now, if you will be talking to someone in Russia from USA, someone might be listening to that conversation.
Right.
My husband was in Canada and he was calling me, not only that we have to wait several hours sometimes for connection, we were under severe, someone was listening.
Right.
And, so people will be afraid to say the truth.
Right. But it's just amazing that thousands and thousands of people and all those young kids going to jail have family.
And the jail is 20 years long.
Yes. They're not gonna serve it. I'm telling you right now. I saw all the jails open. I saw Navalny come out, but I never see Zelensky.
That's, hopefully that means that he is not going to be arrested and so.
Or maybe he just doesn't, he's not part of that Russian. Navalny will be part of Russia. Zelensky will stay in the Ukraine.
And I think it will be 20, they will be fighting. And the kids will be writing on the house buildings. We are in fight with Russia. Bet my word on it.
Okay,
That will be all over the country. 20 years from now, you will visit Ukraine everywhere in the building, inside the staircases, in the elevator, everywhere. Reminder of that we are fighting with Russians.
right. Well, they're actually fighting with Putin.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question. Is any possibility that Russian army will be starving for water, ammunition, food, and gas? You know, those tanks are standing on that long.
Yeah, you mean what's gonna happen to them?
Is it possible that eventually they will
Well,
be
I see
starving?
that Russia's trying to get gas and stuff in there. They've been sitting too damn long. And you know, a lot, they're not announcing it. A lot of Russians are just leaving.
How, I don't know if there is any place for those guys to sleep in the tank.
Yeah. And it's freezing cold.
Tank is metal. Can you imagine how cold it is?
And it probably stinks.
Or stinks, because I don't know if they have a wash toilet. 4 guys per tank or 2. I don't know how many they have.
They actually have a toilet in there?
I don't know. I don't know.
They have a hatch that you can open that goes to the ground. So they probably squat there, pee out that.
So there will be a lineup of S behind them. That's for comedian.
And then those tires start going and start spewing.
Not like in a plane, no.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Okay, so now it's from you.
So what I saw that Russians trying to get to the tanks to salvage or get something, and they're not able to. Okay, here's a question. Will Russia release WNBA player Brittany Griner? She was detained and could face 10 years. They're saying she was trying to sell drugs, and it's totally untrue.
I don't even know who that is.
Russia has taken in a NBA basketball player.
Oh, 10 years ago?
No, just recently.
Okay.
And if she's been detained and could face up to 10 years in prison.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Even if she will get out of it, she will have a problem with her kidneys. I see kidneys. So her future life will be in jeopardy.
No. But is she forced out because we take over Russia?
Look,
So she will get out. It says she will get out.
probably some way that she will be able to get out because she is famous, but her family will be paying a price. They will take you know, you don't live secluded from the family, so they will be punishing family. I saw the kidneys, so it's like you can live without 1 kidney, but there will be something on her health. Big change for her, big change.
Okay.
But I'm worried about.
And they could even not be giving her enough fluids, you know, you don't know.
That can cause, if we don't drink enough, then the kidneys will be producing so much stones.
Right, exactly. Now ask me a question.
Okay. Will Putin be ever charged by tribunal for his crimes?
Well, my vision of Putin was that he was running for his life. And I do feel like they capture him. But I'm almost sensing he might not make it to go to court. There's going to be so many people mad at him. Remember all those they're saying over 2,000 Russians have been killed too. Of course, Putin's not going to tell us the truth.
Well, in Polish TV, they are saying 6,000, 9,000 Russians. So, and
Whoa.
Putin is not taking the bodies back to the country.
No, he's just burning them. And you better believe every person that lost a son is going to be furious at him.
Because if they will go to the country, they will have to make them funeral. But there was one general who lost his life over there, and they will have to make funeral for him. How that will happen? How that will affect the army? Okay, tell me that.
Okay, so do they already have his body back?
They killed the general. So they have to make a funeral for him. Normal.
Yeah.
How that will affect other generals?
Well,
Yes,
I see what you're saying. It makes them nervous. But I also see Putin acting like Ukraine just killed people for no reason.
Of course, but that's not.
That's not the truth.
Yeah, but they know why the general went there. Oh, they don't know. Most of them, they don't know.
Right.
Okay, so ask me a question, please.
Okay. Will we finally say, because unfortunately, we can say no to Russian oil, but Europe can't. They get 40% from Russia. How long are we looking? Like right now where I live, it's $6 a gallon. How long?
Than in Canada, I can tell.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, how long are we going to live with high gas prices, and will we really cut off Russia?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I have to understand what that means. I see when people don't want to hear something, they are putting those devices on their ears and they just listening to the music, whatever they want to listen to. So people will be starting making a noise in USA and everywhere.
Okay.
That will be a huge noise, and no matter what, you can't not listen to it. You will have to listen to because that device will not protect. You have eventually to take it off.
Believe it or not, 80% of Americans want us to stop getting any gas from.
Of course, and then the American gas will be cheaper and it will be healthier for the environment. So why they are bringing from Russia, which is very unhealthy.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, today Zacharias had the program and he was saying, I think that was him.
Wow.
Yeah, they will be postponing, not right away, but maybe 4 weeks, 4 months.
April.
They will start making different choices. So they will be putting, they will take that power away from him.
Right, right.
Okay.
I love it.
So about those big yachts that were confiscated and mansions all over the Europe and USA. What do you think? Will people be brave enough to buy them?
Yeah, there's always people who are going to buy them. It might even be people who buy them to give them back to the oligarchs. Now, let me tell you something. The oligarchs aren't starving, but they're really upset at Putin for putting them in this position. And they really want Putin out. Mm-hmm. So once Putin's gone, I see them even giving a lot of their money towards the Ukraine for helping to rebuild it.
It's so damaged. But
I see a lot. I saw when I was looking at those bombed homes and I thought, how are they ever? I'm telling you, these people are so strong. I saw them getting in there and digging, and I saw a lot of contractors coming in. You know what else I saw? I saw tent cities, like or houses like, they had during the Depression when you used to pick cotton and corn. It's going to be a lot of like kind of cheap housing, but it's only temporary because they're going to be rebuilding.
I grew up in a city that was bombarded 80%. Breslau was bombarded completely, and my parents, they choose, it was beautiful villa connected to another villa. The other villa was completely destroyed. This was three floors. We had apartment on the third floor. No one took that apartment because it had a bomb hanging.
You talked about that, yeah.
In my bedroom, yes, and one in the other part of where it was attic for drying clothes. So I can see a lot of kids playing on the ruins.
Yeah.
But the city is beautiful now.
It is. How did they get rid of the bomb?
Oh, we were waiting until I was enough to know that my parents were panicking. What if everything will blow up?
Right.
So they told us to go on the street and watch far away.
And did they bring in a crane or something and they lifted it?
No.
How did they do it?
I think 7 guys came in and they pull it and remove it. But we were waiting on a lineup for this crew to come in that many years after the war.
Wow, you're not kidding.
No kidding. If we opened the room, we could see what the neighbors were doing, and it was hanging.
And you know what else I saw? I saw a lot of people actually going to the Ukraine as a tourist. Coming as a tourist.
Tourists, yes.
I saw tourists coming to the Ukraine.
Just to help them. But 1.5 million already left. 1 million went through Poland already.
But I'm going to tell you, as soon as it's all clear, even though they got nothing to come back to right now, they're coming back.
Most of them are not.
They're not?
Most of them, I think they will stay outside.
If Putin's gone, they may.
Somehow I feel that a lot of them would like to have the luxury life outside.
Okay.
You know, you have to understand there is no.
Do they have a better life in Poland?
In Poland and Germany, and there is 2 million already Ukrainians in Canada. A lot of those Ukrainians will be very welcome in Canada.
And they're going to be welcome here too.
Yeah. So I see a lot of those wives will settle down and the husband will follow.
Okay. Okay.
People want better for the children. That's human nature.
Right, right.
So that
but
will
it's
be
that one city, then the
but then, you know, we were sending money to our moms. All the lives that they were living, we were always giving them money, so they had someone to look after them.
Right. But today on the New York Times, right on the front page, was a family of 4 that was killed trying to escape.
I know, I have seen. And I'm crying all the time, and I'm seeing.
And I can see what you're saying, because, you know, it causes a real bad reaction when you live in a bombing. It's like a PTSD that would make them frightened to come back.
That I was born 6 years after the war, so I'm not, you know, but I was going to school 7 blocks to school, first classes, and there was, you know, ruins over ruins.
Wow.
I had to cross, and eventually I adopted beautiful dog. It was big. She adopted me because from the whole school, she was only waiting for me.
Wow.
She was walking me to school and back.
And was she an orphan?
There will be so many orphan dogs right now. Look at the videos and you can see that they are running because people couldn't take them.
Yeah.
They could take small ones, cats and dogs, to the train, but if she has a baby, she can't really take a
dog too. Yeah.
And there will be so many poor animals.
Well, they have animal groups going in, bringing food for the animals.
Those animals, you know, when you are looking at the videos, there is always some dog
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed I always see a dog following the press too.
Yeah, because the press, yes, because they
They
are,
probably give them a piece of bread or something.
yeah.
Now, whose turn is it?
Sorry, whose turn?
Yeah,
I think yours. Yeah, I don't know. I will ask you about mafia operators. There are Russian mafia and Ukrainian mafia.
there is a Ukrainian mafia?
It is. Ukrainian mafia is operating in Miami, Los Angeles, and San Francisco Bay.
Wow. Are they mad at Putin or do they care less about their
I
people?
don't know if they are really, because they didn't, well, they were two different mafias, so there was a different mafia. Mafia is never friend with too much.
Right.
They're both kind of friends with the Orthodox and Israelis.
Wow.
You don't know. Okay, I was
No, I
checking
didn't.
that for curiosity.
So what was the question?
How that will be between those two mafias? Would
Let's-
they
Let me
be,
look real quick.
because it is something that no one will ask, and I thought I will ask you.
I see them mad at the Russian mafia.
But no, I feel
I'm
that
going to tell you something right now. I think even that mafia, the Russian mafia, is talking about taking Putin out
Mhm.
because he's causing too much trouble. You know, a lot of these Russians have relatives in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I see the Ukraine people. Oh, I'm going to tell you, they want an end to this. They want an end to this. They're more focused and mad at Putin than they are at the mafia. Like they had a thing going, like underhanded stuff going, and now it's all blown up. They have things going in the United States, though. There's Russian mafia here in the US too.
In New York, I heard about that one, you know, but, and I heard that because Trump was surrounded by the Ukrainians a lot. Cohen was Ukrainian, Metaphor was Ukrainian.
And so, but he still turned on these people.
Well, of course. But, you know, I was wondering how that was, and Metaphor was under Putin's spell because he was working for the guy who ran to Putin, was Putin's master. You remember Metaphor was
Yeah.
helping, I think Yanukovych, but I might be wrong about the name, the guy who had a gold throne and ran away, flew away to Russia in
Okay.
the middle of the night. So
There's death around it too, which means there might be some interplay with taking out people. We might hear a lot of that. Which leads me to the question I have for you. Some of the oligarchs have been accidentally tossed out a window and been dead too so far.
so far.
Yeah, what do you, that's not a suicide, right?
Well, a few days ago, I said that they stood up to Putin, and I said that he will take revenge on them.
Like that one that said $1 million bounty on
On
Putin's head.
Putin. One said that, but he lives in London, I think.
Yeah, he's got to hide
Mhm.
because they will look for him. But if it's $1 million in rubles, what is this, about $12 total?
Okay, but I feel that Putin one by one, and I will put 3 cards for that question, please.
Okay,
count it.
1, 2, 3.
The guy who is scarecrow. So, you know, it's unpleasant. So Putin will do maybe 2 damage to those 2 or maybe few of those oligarchs
Yeah,
because they stood up to him. So they will be flying. That's the most popular way in Russia. The doctors were flying through the windows, the one who were treating Navalny. You remember that?
no, what happened to him?
To those doctors who were helping Navalny, they were kind of so many of the doctors were flying over the windows.
Oh, I thought you meant flying out of an airplane. Yeah, they were killed.
Yeah. I'm just metaphorically.
You know, he's such a bully. He's such a bully, but show us your cards.
Okay. And that will be for Russia. Families will be affected, not only those oligarchs, the families will be, and the oligarchs as well, the money. So Putin will revenge on all of them. You know, those kids were spoiled rotten. They could travel. They were popular on Instagram. They had.
But is it Putin or is it the people? Or is the people turning against them?
No, I think Putin right now, because they stood up to Putin. So and Putin is afraid for his position. He has about 6 dogs that are watching over him.
He sits at a table that's about 10 feet, 20 feet away from people.
And I saw that
you look,
that there is some shield that can pop out faster than anything else to protect him.
Well, if you look at his generals down there, did you see their faces?
They are not happy.
They're not happy at all.
No, they can't say anything. Question for you: who will take Putin?
His people, someone inside.
But the generals, or you think it will be kind of a coup?
A coup.
A coup.
Let me tell you something. He's going to say, hit the nuke bomb. He's going to say it. He's crazy right now. Crazy like a fox, but I almost feel like he's like, get it ready. We're going to bomb. And I feel somebody saying, now we do it. Now let's take him out.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you my dream. I had a dream that the sirens were going off and a nuke was heading towards us. And it was exploded in the air. So somehow one of our missiles hit it. And so it was a spectacular explosion up in the sky. And it was like almost beautiful. And then I heard the sirens again, and I heard all clear, all clear. Mm-hmm. And then at that moment, don't ask me how I knew, but I felt like Russia had been hit badly. I feel bad for the Russian people because they're going to get wiped out.
It is scary, you know, because Europe is not that big.
No.
I think we will end up because the time is clicking and we might end up not being cut from Zoom.
Oh, how long is your Zoom? I run it.
45 minutes.
Oh, are we 45 now?
Already, yes, I think so.
Oh, no.
But
I wanted to ask that there's something I really want to know.
What
I wanted to know.
I'm just warning people that I have that problem sometimes when I'm recording. I'm cut off.
And they click you off. I just wanted to know. Okay, we asked about the bomb, and I wanted to know, will we have peace after this? Do you see a time of peace? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, it will be so high in emotion and then it will go down. And
okay,
you know, it will.
We can rest for a minute.
Yeah, the sun will be shining on humans. We will be able to fulfill the dreams, but a lot of people will be struggling with PTSD and depressions, and they will be wounded and suffering from poverty, being poor, and all those drama that worse is coming, like tuberculosis, even illnesses, you know, because from starvation, not eating enough there will be so many people who will be affected different ways.
Yeah. Let's just look at the peace part.
And I have to tell you, in Ukraine, a lot of kids started being sick with polio.
No.
So I want to share this with you because
they're not vaccinated?
They stopped vaccinating, and I think even in Canada they stopped. Because that was, end of that illness. So
they got to start vaccinating.
Because you have so many viewers, I want you to, if you can share that.
I hit 50,000.
Good for you. Wonderful.
Shock.
short.
I thought I'd only get 1,000.
I'm lately gaining. Before I was always, they were pulling away.
I noticed finally you started going up.
Started, and I'm red because I dressed too hot.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Well,
was
thank you. Thank you.
at this, so I thought I will have that, and I'm cooking.
Yeah.
So see you, and I will pause, okay?